Wallace Thurman's life was a tapestry of contradictions, ambitions, and literary prowess that unfolded against the backdrop of the Harlem Renaissance. Born on August 16, 1902, in the unlikely setting of Salt Lake City, Utah, Thurman emerged from a middle-class African-American family to become one of the most intriguing and complex figures of his time. His journey to literary prominence began with stints at the University of Utah and the University of Southern California, though he never completed his degree. In 1925, the young Thurman arrived in New York City, brimming with determination to make his mark as a writer. However, his path was far from smooth. Grappling with his homosexuality and adopting an often abrasive demeanor to mask his insecurities, Thurman found himself at the center of Harlem's cultural storm, more as a provocateur than the distinguished literary figure he aspired to be. An early incident involving his arrest for an indecent act in a men's room shortly after his arrival in New York thrust his sexuality into the spotlight within Harlem's tight-knit intellectual circles. This event would cast a long shadow over Thurman's career, fundamentally challenging his quest for cultural authority. Ironically, the very role he coveted, that of a cultural arbiter, was exemplified by Alain Locke, a homosexual Howard University philosopher who, unlike Thurman, remained safely closeted. Despite these personal struggles, Thurman's literary output was impressive and diverse. He penned plays, film scripts, novels, essays, and countless book reviews. His editorial ambitions found expression in two short-lived but now legendary journals, Fire, in 1926 and Harlem, a forum of Negro life in 1928. In Fire, Thurman showcased his editorial skills and contributed the provocative short story Cordelia the Crude, which later evolved into his most financially successful work, the Broadway play Harlem in 1929, co-authored with William Jordan Rapp. Thurman's novels remain his most enduring legacy. The Blacker the Berry in 1929 courageously tackled interracial prejudice, while Infants of the Spring in 1932 offered a satirical, thinly veiled portrayal of the Harlem Renaissance's key figures. These works revealed Thurman's complex relationship with his own identity, both in terms of sexuality and race. Particularly in Infants of the Spring, Thurman's character Paul Arbion, based on the openly queer Richard Bruce Nugent, aligned him with the aesthetic tradition of Oscar Wilde, cementing his place in the lineage of queer expression. The queerness of Thurman's work, both racially and sexually, may explain his initial omission from early discussions of the Harlem Renaissance and his continued marginal position in the African-American literary canon. His jazz-age lifestyle, vividly portrayed in Infants of the Spring, likely contributed to both his creative brilliance and his physical decline. Tragically, Thurman's promising career was cut short. Years of self-destructive behavior and physical exhaustion culminated in his untimely death from tuberculosis on December 22, 1934, in the charity ward of City Hospital. He was just 32 years old. Wallace Thurman's brief but impactful life left an indelible mark on American literature, challenging conventions and paving the way for future generations of writers to explore the complexities of identity, race, and sexuality. Thank you for listening. For more LGBTQ+ history, please subscribe to this channel.